Okay, so here we are in Max, and we're about to make the chairs for the table. And when it comes to texturing these things, we're just going to, texture one chair and duplicate them. But for looks' sake, I guess, we're going to actually model one chair now and just duplicate them anyway, just so when we put them in the dining room, everything looks complete during the modeling stage. The chairs look from this piece of wood down to the floor look exactly like the table. So we're going to use pretty much everything we just did for the table to create these chairs. So let's do that. I'm going to take these two pieces right here and actually these three pieces, I'm going to select them and then shift drag out the copies. And we're not going to scale anything, instead we're just going to tweak it so that it works for us. And we don't have any measurements on these stools, at least I didn't go digging for it. So I'm kind of just going to look at the picture and eyeball it. And as long as you have one thing in proportion and you're eyeballing the rest, you can usually get it to work rather than eyeballing everything. If you do that, then it usually doesn't work very well. So for this, I'm going to eyeball it since the table's in correct proportion. I'm just going to take this and bring these in, and I should be hitting Alt W for that. I'm just going to bring these in like there, something like that. I want to leave it with that gap right there. Okay, so we have that, and then I'm going to take this and bring it down to about that level, I believe. It should work. If we look at the picture, it leaves about a foot from the top, I believe. Something like that, maybe a little bit more. And just to make sure my proportions are right, I'll bring it a little bit closer to the table. And that looks pretty good. Now these things aren't so wide. We have to make it to where at least two chairs can fit under here. So I'm thinking that's good enough right there. Kind of bring it into here, and yeah, two chairs will fit perfectly under that. Okay, good. I'm going to take this and shift drag out that copy. I'll rename it all later. And then from the top view, what I'm going to do is just tweak it all into place. It kind of looks like a mini table from what we just made a second ago. Something like that. Let's look at the picture again. And yeah, you have that gap right there. And we have it right there. I'm just going to bring the whole thing down so it's kind of like, level. And we have that. I'm then going to take one of these pieces of wood right here and scale it a little bit so that we can fit it right here and make two of those. So let's shift drag out a copy of that and rotate it with snaps on to 90 degrees and drag it over. Go into our left view here. Just bring it up to about right there. Look at the picture one more time. Probably a little bit higher than that. And go ahead and bring this in just so it's like inside here. So that you know that it's actually two pieces. And we'll bring it in like this. Something like that. Yeah, I think it's a little bit thinner, but I think we're just going to, let's actually just scale it in a little bit like that. Bring it into place a little more. Just like that. That'll work. And we have one on the opposite side. So what I'm going to do is just duplicate one over. middle here. Just like that. Alright, now to build the top of the chair, I'm going to go to Extended Primitives and click on Chamfer Box. And go to the top here and just draw out a box along the very top here. Give it some height, some chamfer. Right click it to be done with it and go up. I'm going to look at it this way, hit M and apply it like that. When I look at the picture, it looks like it might be hanging over a little bit. So if it does hang over a little bit, it doesn't matter. Get a little bit more length, a little more width. Something like that looks kind of good. It's a little bit rounded at the top, so what we need to do is add some more segments. And we'll do that with the width and length segments. Something like that. I'm going to go ahead and right click this and convert it to editable poly. Go to the left view. I'm going to take everything from here down and delete it. I'm then going to select that bottom loop or the cap and go to scale and shift scale it in a little bit, just so it doesn't look like it has no bottom end. So we can do it once and then shift drag in another time. That way it closes that. Okay, with this selected, I'm going to go to FFD 4x4 and I'm going to click on the control points. Click on these four and just bring them up like so. And I'll actually scale them along this way. This way. And right click and convert it to editable poly. That'll collapse it. You can always put a turbo smooth on it to make it look even better. T turbo smooth. And we do that. Kind of gives it a crease right here because we scaled it. Which looks fine to me for now. Texture will take care of the rest. We'll call this chair top. We'll just start renaming this stuff. We'll keep legs, that's fine. This table under, we'll do chair under. Okay, so let's take everything in here and group it. And just call it dining room underscore chair 01. And then we can shift drag out another copy, just like that. And then take these two and shift drag them over here. So now we have the tables, or the table and the chairs where we need them. Just like that. Might be a little too low. Might raise them. So let's do that. Let's delete these. Let's open this group up. And in this view, just bring this up to about right here instead. Bring this up to here. And then we'll just bring it up into the chair like so. We can do it for every one. We could always reduplicate the leg, but it's pretty quick, so it doesn't really matter. And get this one in here too. There we go. Let's look at what we got. And that's a lot better. So let's just select everything, close the group, and reduplicate a few. Control click that one and shift drag out a couple. And there we go. And with that, we have the table and we have 4 chairs done and ready to go, and in the next video what we're going to do is start adding some of the stuff that will sit on top and get the area rug into place as well. So stay tuned.